Away from politics, 10 days ago, on Monday, July 6th, NTV aired the story of a Kenyan mother returned home from South Africa without her only son after xenophobic attacks forced her onto a Kenya-bound repatriation flight. By then, her 26-year-old son, Peter Gidami, had already been imprisoned in neighboring Zimbabwe for over 2 months after setting out on a desperate journey back to Kenya on foot. Tonight, that desperate search for help has finally come to an end following the intervention of the Kenyan embassy in Zimbabwe and the generosity of members of the Kenyan community in Zimbabwe who raised money for his ticket back home. Peter is finally back on Kenyan soil. And tonight, for the very first time, he tells NTV's Ashley Atieno the story of the journey that almost cost him his freedom.
It is just 10:30 on Thursday night. At the International Arrivals Terminal at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, families wait anxiously as passengers stream through, pushing trolleys piled high with suitcases after journeys from across the world. Then, another passenger walks through, 26-year-old Peter Gidami. No suitcase, no backpack, no phone, and no passport. Just a grey hooded sweater, blue jeans, black shoes, and the freedom he had almost lost. His mother spots him almost immediately. She rushes towards him. Then moments later, Mary reaches for her phone. She presses play on the screen.
Government rescue flights have brought hundreds of Kenyans home from South Africa's deepening xenophobic unrests. But every passenger list has carried one painful omission. 26-year-old Peter Gidami.
The NTV story that first brought Peter's ordeal to national attention 10 days ago. That very story was a desperate appeal for help. But tonight, it has become a reminder of how hope found its way back home.
I just thank God I'm back home, and I thank everyone who came through for me to take me home, and I'm very happy.
For Peter, however, the journey home began months earlier. On April 22nd, he posed a question on social media. Could someone walk from South Africa to Kenya? Days later, he stopped asking, he started walking. But even before leaving South Africa, Peter says he had already become a target.
I found a car in front of the gate. So I didn't switch off my motorbike. Inside, there were 4 men. So I decided, no, I won't stop here. Let me go maybe like 20 meters ahead of this car. When I just want to overtake the car, they chased me like 4 to 5 kilometers. The only reason I survived is because I'm on a motorbike, and a motorbike can get on any road.
That encounter, Peter says, removed any doubt. Determined to return home despite losing his travel documents months earlier, Peter traveled through South Africa hoping to cross into Zimbabwe and eventually make his way back to Kenya. Instead, he was arrested at the Beitbridge border and charged with entering Zimbabwe without valid travel documents and sent to prison. And there, hope slowly gave way to uncertainty.
Every week, I see new people going. I ask myself, why am I not going? I can't be mixed with people who are criminals, and my charge is just a traveling document. So I used to ask the officers every time, why am I still here? Why do you want to oppress me more?
Back home, Mary had also exhausted every option. Repatriated from South Africa on July 4th after enduring xenophobic attacks herself, she had returned home alone, unable to raise the money needed to bring her son back.
Mimi nilitafuta otherwise, sikuwa na otherwise, sikuwa na choice kwenye naweza toa pesa. Mimi nilikuwa tumesema tu mtoto atazidi kukaa huko.
For 9 days, that appeal resonated far beyond Kenya's borders. As officials from the Kenyan embassy in Zimbabwe worked to facilitate Peter's release, members of the Kenyan community living there came together and raised the money needed to fly him home.
Mungu amesikia maombi yetu kupitia NTV. Ndio wamesimama na sisi, na dakika ya mwisho ndio wamesimama na sisi.
And as mother and son finally walked out of the arrivals terminal together, 3 months of uncertainty came to an end. Peter may have walked through this international arrivals terminal with nothing more than the clothes on his back. But tonight, none of that matters. He is home. Home where he longed to be. Free, safe, and finally relieved. Ashley Atieno, NTV, reporting from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi.